Okay. Um, sorry.
No
I
worries.
was talking to Angela. I was like, "Oh yeah, we got a little late start. Got a stalker, and
Oh.
yeah, kind of, kind of, not. I'm not that close to him. I was at one point, but went to my work without me even
Mm.
knowing. It was really creepy. It was a very crazy
Wow.
incident. But so yeah, have you ever had
Oh, a mishap?
like something, anything with a stalker?
Oh my gosh, yes. The craziest story is so when I got into the adult industry,
Uh-huh.
I was webcamming and this guy found out my information. And how my parents and family knew about it is because he called my parents and said, "Hey, do you know your daughter does this?" When I was trying to hide it undercover, like, I don't want anyone to know. And then that's how my mom found out. And she confronted me, and I was like, I'm not going to lie to her. I said yes. And then she had a heart attack. That was the first time I
Whoa,
ever gave
whoa,
my
whoa,
mom.
wait
Yeah.
up, hold on, wait.
Horrible. Yes. So I get it. I'm like, yes.
Okay, now that's next
Mhm.
level,
Yeah.
level stalker. Wait, so how did he find out where you all your information? How did he find that out?
Yeah, apparently my wish list, you know how you have like an Amazon wish list?
Yeah,
If you connect it to your real name somehow, even though you change your wish list name, if it's attached to your
your Amazon account.
Amazon, like with your real name, it reveals your real name. And I did not know that. I thought if you had a wish list but changed the name, there's like no one could find out. But somehow they interlinked. Yeah,
Girl,
I
do
know.
your due diligence, you guys. All the
Yes.
content creators, OF, Playboy creators. Okay, good. That's a PSA right there.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
bad.
so wait. He found out your address and phone number, your parents'
Yeah.
information through
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he probably went on like Truth Finder or something and like paid a membership.
I have no idea. I just know that he lived in Canada.
What the
Yeah, yeah, and he just found all this information. He was very obsessed with me, and it was just horrifying. I was so angry.
Does he still contact you to
No,
this day? Where
no,
is he at? In prison?
I don't know. But yeah, it was crazy.
That's so
Yeah.
conniving. That's
Mm-hmm.
such an elaborate. Wait, so it's probably like a revenge thing to get back at you for not. Were you like,
Mm-hmm.
did you reject him in some way or
No, he became very jealous, and
of Steven?
no, no,
Just anybody.
because at that time I didn't let anyone know I was married. I just played this character when I first started webcamming. Oh,
Persona, yeah,
yeah,
totally. I
yeah,
get you.
that I was single. And so he didn't like all these other guys flirting with me as a webcam model. So he figured that if he told my parents and they found out, I would quit. That's the story.
Yeah, well, it backfired.
Mhm.
However, your
Yes.
mom did have a heart
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
What the fuck,
Yes,
girl?
yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, she's good now.
She's good now, yes, but she still doesn't approve of my occupation.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But oh
So,
my gosh, a
yeah.
heart attack.
Yeah, it was really, really bad.
Finding out that way is not the way to find out
Yeah, it
that
was
your
so
daughter
bad.
is in the entertainment or adult entertainment industry. My goodness. Okay. No, but send my love to your mom and some
Yes,
healing
yes.
vibes. Okay. I'm praying for her.
Thank you.
My goodness. Okay. Wow. So, all right. So, this was around the time you and Steven were already married.
Yes,
And
yeah.
how long were you guys married for?
We're still married, 17 years and still going strong.
Girl,
Yes,
good for
yes.
you guys.
Yeah, 21 years total, including the whole dating process.
That
Yeah.
is love. That is love
Yes,
right there.
yes.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
thank you.
still like you're going strong. He's in for those that
Yes.
don't know the story, Angela's husband is in prison. I'll let her get into it right now. So
Yeah.
what do you usually tell people when
Mhm.
when you tell them like I'm an adult actress and my husband's in prison? What do you
Yes.
usually how do you go
Yeah,
about it? What
yeah.
do you tell
So
them?
I'm just straightforward because for a while I just started hiding it and it was not healthy. I was holding all my emotions and Stephen encouraged me just talk about it. And I said, okay, fine.
Be transparent.
Yeah,
Transparency
yeah.
is probably, yeah.
Yes.
Because if you try to cover it, people will kind of just connect their own dots and make it
Yes.
look more a little, crazier than it
Yeah.
is. But
Yeah.
so, if whatever you're comfortable with, like telling us, I
Yes.
mean, if you can get into the story
Mhm.
of you and Steven, like from the beginning a little bit and then
Yeah.
kind of just like what happened, the controversy, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, absolutely. So, pretty much the story is my husband and I, we met in Bible college and
Where's Bible college?
yeah, and at Bethany University in Santa Cruz area.
Goodness.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
so yeah, we got into that. We had this vision to plant a church in San Diego. Right when we moved to San Diego, we started church planning. And let me tell you, church planning doesn't pay much, right? So I we were looking for a job and I looked through Craigslist and I saw an ad on Craigslist that said work at home, make good money. And I said, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know much about webcamming at the time, but I just loved the ad. And I knew I could like make money right away. And when we moved to San Diego, I mean, it was so like deep to the point. I mean, we were in so much our funds started running out, just every like our finances, just our like investments started going down. So it was really really bad to the point where both of our parents had to pay for our rent. That's how bad it was.
Mhm.
So I was in we were both in desperation mode, like we have to find a job. We, church isn't paying our
Yeah. How
bills.
long were you into the relationship at
Mhm.
this point?
Like I think 5 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's pretty, you guys are
Yeah.
pretty like, yeah, okay.
So I just, when I went on Craigslist, got onto that ad, I applied as a webcam model. That's how I started getting into the door into the adult industry. And uh,
That was like your
yes,
gateway.
yeah, yeah, that was
That's
my gateway drug.
your gateway drug. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, so we were planning the church at the same time. So my husband was pretty much doing Bible study in the living room. I was webcamming in
Mhm.
the back closet. Everything's super hush hush.
That is
Like,
wild. That
yeah,
is one wild situation right there.
yeah.
So when he was okay, he was doing that and you were doing your thing.
Mhm.
Did it ever bother him at one point or was he like I fully support you. I'm
Mhm.
here with you and we're going to do this. What was it
Yeah,
like?
yeah. So in the beginning, he was a little bit hesitant about it,
Mhm.
but he wanted to, he wanted to support me, and we were still financially struggling, right? So I'm like, let me do this. I like the flexibility that it has. Like I can go do church stuff whenever I can and be
Yeah.
supportive, but also I needed that flexibility that a job would not allow me to, and also I could apply right then and then wait for approval and then a couple hours start working.
Yeah.
And so that's what I loved as well. So that was actually my journey to starting to get into my own entrepreneurship and as my own person.
Yeah.
My husband has always been an entrepreneur. So yeah, from there we started a church plant. People found out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were like 5 years into your relationship, you got into the adult industry through webcamming.
Yes.
And is that one of the ways girls usually start? Because I mean, I do
Mhm.
Playboy, right?
Yes.
But it's a little different. Like we started, you know, mine is a little different from yours. What would you give to girls, women nowadays who are actually right now, people are so because the economy is so bad.
Hmm.
They are very interested in content creating in the adult world. What advice would you give them as to where they should start?
Hmm.
Because and how long
Yeah.
did it take for you to develop that audience, to
Hmm.
have that audience, that solid the solid subscribers and followers?
Yeah. I definitely would say, well, first of all, to any adults, anyone who is thinking about getting into the industry, this is a speech I always give. I say, before you cross over, you have to make sure that you're okay with mom, dad, uncle, grandpa, grandma finding out. People say, oh, I'm going to hide. They'll never find out.
It's the internet.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you can't have that expectation. And if you have a problem with it, you can't turn back. When it's on the internet, you're there for life. And that will be a regret that you'll live for the rest of your life. And so that's kind of my speech to everyone, any woman. If they say, I don't care if mom, dad, uncle, grandpa, whoever finds out, then I say, okay, the best platform to developing a fan base and the safest, I think, is webcamming.
Mm.
You just go online, you log into your own hours, and the site actually brings in people for you. So you don't have to advertise yourself. Especially if you don't have a social media platform. Because it takes time to build social media. You have
Yeah.
to post all the time, but the moment you webcam, people instantly come into your room.
Because there's already a market for it. There's already those people that are interested in it.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
if you're on Instagram or Facebook, you're like trying to filter out like who can I have like subscribe to me. It's a little harder when
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
that webcam world. So they just go to the site
Hmm.
and they just take their pick
Yes,
of
yeah,
girls.
yeah.
Got it. Whereas Facebook, guys are whatever they are. They're cheap.
Yes.
They're, they're not into that, whatever. So that's interesting. That is also
Hmm.
good advice that one, you got to make sure that's what you want to do and you're okay
Yes,
with it getting out there.
yes,
And
absolutely.
two, a good way to start a good fan base or followers, subscribers
Hmm.
is through webcamming and it's
Yes.
more private.
Yes.
So that is good
Yeah.
to know.
Well, you're in your own safe zone because you're not interacting with someone else. If a fan comes and, talks you, you can just instantly ban them. So in this safe world, it's like,
You're
okay,
like,
yeah,
bye,
yeah.
blocked.
Yes, yeah. So that's a great thing. Then once you develop thicker skin,
Okay.
then I would say, okay, venture out to, further in depth in the adult industry. But I would say if you don't have thick skin, the safest entryway to getting into the industry, I think, is webcamming.
Okay.
Yeah. I,
And then maybe some people did you
Mhm.
ever used to do like subscriptions?
Yes.
Okay, do you still
Yeah.
do that?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So,
So I love that you could just like content create at home and
yes.
there's no director. There's
I
no
love it
your
too.
boss, you
Yeah,
know what?
yeah.
Yeah, and then so you like live stream? Do you live stream to kind of get
Um, Live streaming in like social media platforms or on the
the
site.
adult world? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Like once a month I'll do a live stream.
Is that a way for people to get more followers?
No, it's a way to
Connect.
connect. Yeah, and in any social media platform, it's about how you can connect with your people, and if they connect with you, they become loyal to you.
Engagement is key.
Yes. Yeah.
One, the algorithm loves it. I don't know how the algorithm works well, algorithm's irrelevant in the
Yeah.
webcam world, but so social media algorithm loves engagement, but for the most part, people that already following you, they feel so for the most part, they feel
Yeah.
special when you're
Yes.
talking to them. And I get
Yes.
that's that special treatment. It's almost like the
Mhm.
girlfriend experience without being with you physically.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
really good, and that's where you get your tips.
Yes. Yeah. My biggest tipper. So when I talk to other adult stars,
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh, my fans never give me or buy me a bunch of gifts,
Yeah,
right?" And I'm like, "That's odd because I get them all the time." And I'm thinking, you know what? Who are the ones that are gifting me? And it's the ones that I mostly do live.
yeah,
Like when I do live stream, because I built a connection with them, they know what I like. Those are the ones who are your gift givers, the ones who are just like, oh, wow, I'm a fan of you because you're hot. You don't
yeah,
have a connection, so they don't feel as compelled to give when you ask, like, who's going to buy
exactly.
my red carpet dress or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's always 99%, it's my webcam fans.
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
yeah.
That's good to know. See, engagement is key. Whatever work you're in content creating, it
Hmm.
really does help. And I really feel like when you engage with them, you it's like you reap what you sow at the end.
Yes,
Like you're
absolutely.
putting some work in and you're
Hmm.
not just getting like that like $20 tip. They're like you develop something with them. And
Yes,
now it's intimate. It's more intimate than it was before and they actually see themselves like with you or you
yes,
whatever
yeah,
narrative you
yeah.
create for them you could pick
Hmm.
depending on the person and you could gosh this is a bad thing but I don't want to say this word but manipulate them in a way which is I mean you got to do what you got to do right but maybe on some level
Mhm.
you do care about them in some
Yes.
way because, you get to know them too, right?
I genuinely love and care for my fans. Like, I have so many crazy stories. Like, I mean, good
Tell us
crazy
some.
stories.
Tell
Yeah.
us some.
So, like, I have a fan who, his wife is on dialysis, 5% kidney failure, right? And that means she's gonna pass away soon. That's what that means. And so every time he goes on live stream, I'm like, hey, how are you holding up? How's your wife doing?
Yeah.
I'm so forward. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you. Don't worry. It's gonna get better. You're not alone in this. I truly, truly care for my fans, and my fans know that I truly care for them. Um, I've had so many conversations where like the coolest the story I've ever had is that one time I was just in the person's background and I just started laughing. And all of a sudden, receive an email. And as I'm reading it, he said he had a barrel to his head. And he said he heard, he had me in the background and he was about to, commit suicide.
Oh my
But
goodness.
because he heard my laugh, he put down that gun and he said he submitted himself into rehab, and he pretty much in this email said thank you for saving my life. And so now every time I see him, I'm
Yeah.
like, how are you holding up? How's things going? Like, I can truly say I love my fans and I truly care for them. um
Wow, the impact you
mhm.
have on both those scenarios. One, okay, so let's go back to that first one that you mentioned. His wife is in dialysis,
Yes, yeah.
and is she still
She's there. Yeah,
around?
she's still
She's
alive, but i'm
okay.
i'm always checking up on him. How are you holding up?
Does she
Yeah.
know about you? Like, does she know what he does? Like,
Oh yeah, they have an open marriage.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
so
Have you ever talked to her?
I have not, no.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this is just all webcamming, so I'm not literally talking to them.
You're
They're like,
chatting.
yeah, chatting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you ever like, go tell your wife I said
Yeah,
hi? Hey.
sometimes I've had like on my YouTube when I go live, they're like, "Oh, my wife loves you." I'm like, "Oh, like I love a confident woman." That's what
That's
I always
cool.
say. Yeah.
Okay. See that openness there, that
Yes.
transparency? I love that you guys,
Yeah.
everyone's okay
Mhm.
with it.
Yeah.
That's where, there's no drama and everyone has an understanding. So for the most
Yes.
part, most of your followers, are they kind of like that way? Like they're swingers or they're
Mm,
open marriage or what?
no, most of them,
They're like
unfortunately, yeah,
on
yeah,
the
very hush hush.
TL. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I do step in every once in a while, like it's a everyone's own business. But I remember this another story is one guy said, I can't take it anymore. And I said, what's going on? He says, I haven't had sex in years. And he said that he's been married to his wife. And I said, well, have you talked to her about it? Because he was about to cheat on her, like physically. And I said, did you talk to her about it? How you feel
Yeah.
before you go out and do that? And he said, no, I haven't. I said, why don't you talk to her first and then decide how to move forward?
Yeah.
Then the next day he comes into my room and said, guess who got laid? I'm like,
Oh, wow.
whoa, okay, there
You're
you
N- Angela, marriage
go.
counselor. Wait, can I address you as Angela or should it
uh,
be Christy?
mostly Chrissy, but it's
Okay,
fine.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Christy. Okay, so Christy is adult entertainer, webcam, live streamer slash marriage counselor. That's wild, girl.
Yeah,
You need to get paid
yeah.
overtime for this.
As a social media influencer, I used to be so focused on money and fame and being the top model, being, that.
Yeah,
And I realized it was draining me.
it
Like,
drains your
yeah,
health.
it like mentally, like when people love you, you're on high. When you have the best finances, you're on high. So I realized those were controlling me. The moment I said, I got to stop this because it was mentally,
The dopamine hits.
yeah, like
Yeah,
mentally ruining me, that's when I said, I have to learn to care for people so that fame and money do not control me. The moment I shifted myself to that and I truly care for people, the truth is, I actually became more famous and I had more money that way. And mentally, I was so like healthy and my heart was right. I wasn't so much like going after my selfish, desires when
yeah.
it's all about people. Whew, things change.
Did
Yeah.
your shift in your mindset have anything to do also with your relationship with God? Did you get closer with God around this
Mhm,
time, like to
mhm,
kind of consult with him to like,
mm.
steer you the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always believed in Jesus. Like that's never changed my heart. But I do have a relationship with Jesus and I talk about everything, even my career and my industry. I'm like, God, what's going on? Even though he doesn't always approve of all my actions, he does speak to me. And he's like, you
Yes.
have to be focused on people. It's not about these things. So he did. I really felt like the Holy Spirit did guide me and speak to me like, when it comes to business, stop focusing on those things because it's going to ruin you.
Hmm.
The Bible says it's the love of money that destroy it is the root of all evil.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying Christians twist this. They say money is evil. I'm sorry, you forgot that it says the love of money because you know what? God bless so many people out there for riches like Solomon, King David. They were wealthy. And so when people are like the love of money, well, then God doesn't contradict himself. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you're misinterpreting that scripture. So when you love something where it controls you, that's when it becomes a problem.
That the
Yeah.
adultery, yeah, the
Yes.
adultery, yeah,
Yeah.
like idolizing money and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry for
Oh, yeah, yeah,
interrupting you,
yeah.
but I love how you are so different from a lot of adult entertainers
Oh,
or
thank you.
like OF fans or anyone
Mm-hmm.
like that because you really do stand out. One, you are very you have a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with God and Jesus, and you are also open about it on social media. Like I will go on Instagram and the first thing I see is a scripture, you reciting a scripture while you're getting ready. And that I think that's that's so
Oh,
interesting. And I love that.
yes, thank you.
I do follow other adult entertainers on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. It's totally they're just one trick pony, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And with you, you are so diverse. And I like to
Mhm.
connect with people like that because I see myself as also being diverse. And
Awesome.
I think you're multifaceted. And I think what you're doing is amazing
Oh,
that
thank
you
you.
are preaching and you're still doing your own thing and letting people know you are human. And this is how
Yes.
humans are, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can still have faith. You can still love God and believe in Him and believe in Jesus and go to church and worship and at the
Mm-hmm.
same time still be you but not
Yes.
let it take over each other, like, you know what I mean, not
Yeah,
let it
yeah.
like you're like, okay, well, I'm just not going to believe in God since I'm this way. No,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
in fact you actually seek help from him in
Mm-hmm.
times of whatever
Yeah.
trouble you have in one area,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely. Like I can't do life with all the chaos and the pain and the hurt and everything that is going on. There's no way I'm gonna lose my mind. And let me tell you, it's easy to see all the chaos that's going on. You just Google me, it's all there.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of the chaos, and
Yes.
I probably interrupted you earlier.
Oh,
It's my
no
ADD.
worries.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. The ADD brain. Okay, but you were talking about the origin of you and Steven,
Yes.
how you
Yeah.
developed the fan base, how
Yeah.
you guys started, what made you start, and let's go back to that. So
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, no worries. So, so fast forward. So when Steven and I got together, he told me all of the mess that he has gone through in the past and his mistakes. So, we all have bad histories, but he was upfront with me about it, and so we just figured it was a past. And so when the victim came and decided to come after him again, was that a shock factor? It was a shock factor for me in the aspect of like, I thought that what the past was a past. Now, do I condone and do I approve and say, like say that was okay? It's not okay. I don't condone the actions, but I do believe that he's changed, and I do believe, and I have forgiven him. And you know what? A lot of people hate that I forgave him, but I feel like we've all made mistakes.
That's probably
Mhm.
the hardest thing that I still have to work on, that God wants us to do, is to forgive each other and love each
Yes.
other no matter what. For me, it's easier to have compassion and love people, and it's just the hardest for me is to
Mhm.
forgive. And I
Yes.
I think that people don't give you enough credit for that sometimes, just in general, right?
Mm,
How hard that can be because
yes.
when okay, so we'll go back to we'll rewind a little.
Mhm.
It is hard to forgive and um so for those that don't know, are you okay to open up about what the incident with Steven and the victim?
Yeah, yeah. So it's all over the internet, but he did some things that he regrets when he, was 13, 14, 15 to his sister. And again, do I approve of it? Absolutely not. Does he regret it? Yeah. Should he, people say, well, he'll never change, but I truly believe he has changed. When I met him, um, he served his time as a juvenile, and that's where he dedicated his life to Christ. And at 18, we met in Bible college, and he was so on fire for the Lord. He never, hid anything. We're very open about our relationship and everything that we do. And from there, it was like, your past is your past. We're moving forward. I don't want to keep focusing on the past and saying, "Oh, you did this, you did this." Well, yeah, so I did a lot of things I regret too,
So he was open about it when you guys
Yeah,
met.
yeah. So it wasn't like, so what the moment this incident came about, it came, 20 years later.
What made her okay, so the incident happened with him and how old was his sister at that time?
Um oh man, I think she was 9 or 10. I can't remember
Okay.
exactly.
So around there. So he's like a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
years older than her.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it years pass,
Yeah.
like 20 years,
Yeah, 20 years
20 years
later.
pass.
Yeah.
But within that time frame of the 20 years, they were okay.
I mean, I thought so. I don't know if things were going on. So uh just to say on the level face, I didn't know, like, maybe there was things that she harnessed that I we both weren't aware of,
Yeah.
because sometimes people do not really hide. They
Yeah.
have internal stuff.
Yeah.
And so then 20 years later, this happened. That was more of my shock factor, because I thought that we were able to move on. But, everyone handles their situations differently.
Their pain and trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. It could
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
definitely be a lot of childhood trauma there. I mean, I know I'm going through my own childhood trauma, so I
Yes.
can
Yeah.
kind of I have some kind of empathy for that and I totally understand that when people are like that. So maybe she didn't fully forgive him. She
Hmm.
didn't even though let's say she did say I forgive you Stephen, etc. Maybe it just was this battle, this everyday battle with her, which I totally understand because I've been a victim of
Hmm.
such things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is I could understand coming from your perspective too.
Hmm.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
you're like, where did this come from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I totally understand that. So why don't you, if it's okay with you, can you get
Hmm.
into how you dealt with it personally before
Yeah.
coming out in public? Because you were like, you know what, let's just be transparent about this. Let's
Hmm.
let the public know that we are aware they know and
Yes.
that
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna kind of not like a P not like a publicity, not like, like you guys have do you guys have like managers or publicists?
No, not yet.
Okay,
No.
okay. So not necessarily like I don't know what to call it. But how did you as Angela, not
Hmm.
as this persona, not
Yes.
Christy Love or anything like that. How did you as just Angela go about it when you found out it was out in the public?
Yeah. For me, as all social media influencers, we know that the healthy way when backlash comes at you is not to care what other people think.
Yes.
And I mean, everyone turned against us. Everyone, even our closest friends. I remember when it came out, people wouldn't even come in the same elevator as Stephen and I.
At your
Yeah, at
complex.
the complex, just because of that. I mean, I had to shut off all my comments because people were just being so vicious and rude, and it was very sensitive. And at the time, I dealt with it. So I didn't care what people thought, just because people always have their opinions and people will always
Always.
assume, and they don't know my side of the story. But what hurt me the most is the people that I thought were friends and then they just left. So that hurt me the most. Um, and maybe they have their own side of the story, like, you know,
Maybe they've had their own past.
yeah, yeah. And so for me, I would say that was the most painful. Um, and well, actually, the extreme painful is how Stephen was handling everything. Like, every like his reputation was ruined. Everyone turned against him. People were commenting all over Facebook, posting it on their a story about him, and just seeing how depressed and how he handled it. It's like
Mhm.
when you know someone has changed and he's not the person that he was when he was 13, 14 years old, and see your past come back at you, and you see the person's pain and the regret, and people being so vicious saying, like, he never changed. He's that same person. It's like, wait, he's never even committed a felony when he was an adult. Like, how can you say that? And for me, that hurt me so much to see how much in pain he was.
Okay, I read the article. You read one article, maybe a couple. It doesn't tell the full story.
Yeah, yeah,
When I saw it, I thought it was like the way they depicted Steven was he was an adult
yeah.
when he
Mhm.
did what he did to his 10-year-old sister or
Yeah.
8 years. I don't know how old, but and much respect to her because I send my heart out to her too. But I did post on my stories. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, as a victim of sexual assault too, multiple times, I was like, I hate that this happened. I can't believe this and that. But then I talked to you. I talked to Stephanie
Mhm.
actually, and she's like, you might want to kind of do a little more research on this, before
Mm. Mhm.
like kind of just assume what you want to assume about him. And then so I'm like, I think I reached out to you. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, I forgot what I said to you, but like what happened, and you were really open about it. And that's when I found out what really happened, which is it's still, like I was still not that I'm this person in your lives, you and Steven's
Mhm.
lives to even judge you. No, first of all, no one can judge you but Jesus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not that
Mhm.
I'm this important role in you guys' lives or anything, but I was like, oh man, like, because I'm so not cool with what happened. Um, but I reached out to you and I am so glad
Mhm.
I talked to
Thank you.
you because, not only are you helping me with trying to forgive, but also forgive people from my past
Mhm. Mhm.
by one spreading the word. You still have this huge strong faith in Jesus, and you're always like you're going at it strong every day, and I admire that about you. And two, you told me things that were very insightful that the articles were lacking,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they were really depicting Stephen as an adult
Yeah.
predator hunting, which I really feel like journalism is dead.
Yeah, yeah. They did twist a lot of this story.
You have to be your own
Mhm.
advocate
Mhm.
nowadays for
Yes.
every single thing.
Yes.
And, another thing that I admire about you is that you're strong
Mm.
and you are working at the marriage, you're working at, whatever you do. Like, girl, I'm proud of you because I know I have my own struggles. Okay.
Well, we all
So
do.
yeah, I'm so proud of you. You're still like kicking ass. You're working hard. You're taking care of your pets. You're preaching. You're still visiting Stephen in prison,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, every
Tell us how that
weekend.
is. Tell
Yeah,
us how that
yeah.
is.
Yeah, so visiting Stephen is always inspiring because he's a visionary and so he pushes me to be the best. So for the first 6 months that he was in, I just kind of secluded myself into my little turtle shell. And he's like, that's not healthy, go out. And that's when I started, he gave me vision to start a YouTube channel, to go hard on it, to um get into Hollywood. He really pushed me because he was like, it's not healthy for you to like, dwindle in yourself,
Yeah.
and so he's always been an inspiration. But when visiting him, he we talk about how we're going to move forward, and he's helping me, like, pretty much as my manager for my career in the prison. He has when he was in Monterey County, he planted a church there, and he raised up, I think, is 13 pastors, and now they have over 200 members at that church, in the
Oh,
prison church.
wow.
Only prison ran. Revival is happening. People are being saved. People are being filled with hope.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And so God just moved him about a month ago to a new prison, and so now he's like, okay, I'm going to start another revival at this prison. And I look at it as like, God, if I had to go, if I he has to be there for that reason, go ahead and use him. I'll be out here, but I'm going to cheer him on and be the biggest support I can in this. So
Wow. Good for
people,
you.
yeah, so people think, oh, it's so horrible. He did a horrible thing. Well, maybe God used this to turn the situation around for his glory.
Yeah.
Maybe what happened 20 years ago was supposed to be brought up so that people, let me tell you about inmates. When you have a life sentence and you have no hope, people just want to commit suicide because they have nothing to live for. When you have the law tell you you messed up and you have to be in a little cell and say and live over and over and over again about the horrible things you have, and you'll never have a chance again, they are very suicidal. They have no hope. And so maybe Stephen had to go there to say, you know what, despite your situation, God has never left you. He's never forsaken you. And there's still a purpose and a plan. And I said, you know what, if I have to go through what I have to go through for him to be that message, I will stand where I'm at and be the biggest support. Despite everyone trying to have their thoughts about me. And so that's what's going on right now, is that he's a light into people that are hopeless. And I'm so blessed to see 200 people, inmates, saved in his last prison. and
Wow.
and now he has people who, he's like, okay, God, I'm here in a month. I've been here for a month. Who do you want me to minister? Do you want me to start another church? And I'm like, okay, do you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's, I mean,
That's
yeah,
admirable. That's
yeah,
admirable. Okay. Wow. He is not letting these people run his life. That is good.
yes,
He's
yeah,
okay. There's this convoluted narrative out there of whatever happened, and he's choosing that this negative thing that happened, and he's turning it around, shifting it to something positive, and
yes,
worthy of what I feel God sees as is really just an amazing thing. And I love seeing this. People reforming, people turning their life around.
hmm,
And not only that, not only is he turning his life around, which he actually already was prior to this, because you told me you met in
yes.
Bible
Bible, yeah,
college.
Bible college, yeah.
Okay. And so, which I want to get back to that later on, so my ADD again. But he had already been trying to, or
Yes,
changing. He
yeah,
was in the
yes,
process.
yes,
And not only is he changing himself now, or changed himself, but he is saving
yes,
other inmates.
yes,
And that is good. So they
yeah,
are accepting Jesus as their
yes,
savior.
yes, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so he, in his last prison, taught the business class there. He did Toastmasters, and then he led 200 inmates, a church there.
Wait, what was the second
Yes.
thing you mentioned?
Uh, t-
Master.
Toastmasters.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like public speaking, teaching public speaking.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
He has always been a good public speaker.
Yes.
It is good that he's using his gift and his
Mm-hmm.
passion to turn their lives around, rather
Yes.
than like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and fit this narrative that they want to put me in, because it's
Yeah.
just so much easier and I have no hope.
Mm-hmm.
There's always hope. Where there's God, there is hope. And there
Yes,
is God,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And I like that he's turning his life around
Yeah.
in that way.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to what everyone says about you, when you're very sensitive to the judgment, and
Mm-hmm.
you live up to other people's expectations of you, then that's just where everything goes to die. And
Yeah.
for you guys, you chose to go towards the light and
Mm,
spread light and brightness everywhere, which
mhm.
I like that. So when Steven started his journey, I don't know
Yes.
if you know, to like, if you don't know the answer to this question, it's fine. But when he started, was that after the incident with his sister? He's like, I gotta change my life, or was it just something else, like
Mm,
in his heart? He just wanted
no,
to.
so his story is, well, it was everything was after, but he did end up going to juvenile, and that's where he got saved.
That's where he.
Yeah.
So another inmate, or was it?
Um, no, his story is that when he went into the jail cell, he saw this colorful book and he didn't know what it was, and he opened it. And the first thing that stood out was the verse that said, "I'll never leave you nor forsake you." And then he looked in the cover and it says God's promises to you. And he saw it again. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. And then another inmate had a radio, and it was TD Jakes playing in the background. And he heard TD Jakes, preach like, "I'll never leave you nor
Oh
forsake you."
wow.
And
Okay.
he was like, "Wait, I heard that again."
Yeah.
And at the end of his sermon, as he was listening, TD Jakes, if you don't know him, he's like a big time TV evangelist, or he has a church in Texas.
Yeah.
Um, he did a altar call on the radio and saying, "I don't care if you're in the jail cell, you're in the hospital, whatever. If you're ready to accept Jesus, go on your knees." And then he leads him to the Lord's Prayer. And so that's when he finally accepted Christ.
And he repented and
Yeah,
everything
everything. And
in the jail cell.
yes. And then in the jail is when he received the vision that he was called to plant a church in San Diego.
And that's when you guys started that. What was it called
Well,
again?
Living Faith Church.
Living.
Yeah, so now we do have Living Faith Church, but now they're all in prison. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Maybe, that's God's plan.
yeah. Well, we're definitely our vision and our message now is that Jesus loves people unconditionally, because the church says, "Oh, well, Jesus loves you until you're not an adult worker, until you're not gay or lesbian anymore, until blah blah blah," right? So that's what the message of the church is portraying right now. Our message is Jesus loves you unconditionally. That means there's no condition. You're adult workers, Jesus still loves you. You're a murderer, Jesus still loves you. You have addictions, Jesus still loves you. So that is our message now.
And a lot of that has to do with forgiveness. Correct.
Yes, I
Yeah.
would say so.
So would you,
Mhm.
the people that you guys knew that were a part of the ministry, whether they were followers or a part of it, like they worked there with you guys, how did they take the news?
Everyone left.
Everybody. They
Hmm.
just turned their back.
Yeah.
Nobody came back and said, "Hey,
Well,
I forgive you," or anything.
no, we had three people, three friends from the church that said, "I know who Stephen is, and who he is today is not who he was in the past." And they believe that. And so they were the only three people that stood by us.
Yeah.
But everyone else, it was a shock factor.
Yeah.
Everyone left. And, you know, um, it hurt me, but I always think of it this way. Maybe if I was in their shoes, it would have been a shock factor, and maybe I wouldn't know how to experience it.
Yeah.
So this is how I've learned to forgive: is don't always focus on your own pain, focus on maybe why are they reacting that way. So like I was also a victim, and so I looked at all the people that you know did those horrible things to me,
Hmm.
and I think about, what, I can choose to forgive them because probably those things were happened to them.
Yeah.
And if I don't choose to forgive them, the cycle will keep happening.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why I truly believe in
You're
forgiveness.
yeah, whatever you preach, you're practicing.
Yes, yeah,
I,
yeah.
that's
So
good. I admire that about you. So now you guys are in this situation.
yeah.
You're like, okay, you're trying to figure stuff out. You're like, okay, how are we gonna do this? How long has it been like this? Like
Hmm.
since when did he get when was he incarcerated?
About a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. So you've been
Yes.
doing this
Hmm.
new unconventional
Yes.
way of having a relationship for a year and a half.
Yes. Yes.
Can I ask you this one thing? You don't have to
Yeah.
answer it.
Okay.
Does he let you see other guys? Is it an open relationship?
Yeah, so we do have an open relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because I'm an adult actress, so
Oh, yeah.
it's all over the
But
internet.
also there's business, but there's also pleasure. So I wasn't one I
Oh,
know
okay. Yeah,
about the
yeah,
business. That's fine.
yeah.
Of course, he's gonna let you do your thing because
Yes,
he did
yeah.
that when he was not
Yeah.
incarcerated. But personal, I didn't
Yes,
know.
yeah,
So I wanted to
yeah.
ask you.
Yeah, we have an open relationship, but I just for me, I focus on business. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
You're
just
standing on
yeah,
business.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Good
So
girl. I'm trying. It's so hard. Oh my gosh,
oh
I'm boy crazy right no, I'm not boy crazy. I'm actually
oh
not. They're the crazy ones, no. But
oh.
no, like so relationships right
Yes,
now.
yeah.
Let's say you did find someone,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
Like he hit all the marks. You're like, "All right, babe." And
Yes.
he's cute, he's hot, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um are you going to tell him the situation
Mhm.
and would you consider a serious relationship?
Yeah, I would tell him.
Okay.
It definitely because we've always been open. Um, at this point in my life, I don't think I would consider a serious relationship only because I'm very career focused.
Okay.
And having someone serious on a serious level, I just wouldn't have time. Like my heart is first for Steven,
Yeah.
and it's my career. And so, like, I see him 3 days out of the week, and I only have 7 days. So I have 4 days to really hustle and grind in my career.
Wow.
So to have someone in my, to be added and they want time, I just can't give it,
Yeah.
and I don't wanna prioritize that, like, I'm
Yeah.
just right
You're
now
so driven. That's good.
yeah, I'm very, very driven and motivated, and my love for Steven is so strong, it's very strong.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow. You are
Oh.
dedicated, woman. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing. It's like right now I feel full. I don't feel empty in that. I just feel like I'm motivated in my vision and my purpose. And
Well, and very naturally, since you have that love for Steven and you
yes,
guys are
yeah,
indeed married,
yeah,
it's just your heart, that's what your heart wants
yes,
is Steven
yeah, yeah.
and, your work.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, your drive.
Yeah, yeah. I think it might be different if, I was single. Maybe. I can imagine me like, okay, and I gotta check out other dudes, but I'm already satisfied and I'm very determined right
You haven't
now.
checked out another dude since Steven?
I mean, for work, I have
Oh,
to.
right. Well,
Yeah.
for work.
Yeah, for work.
Is this for other like agencies or just your own content?
Shoot content or if I shoot actual adult films.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
mean, you have to like prepare yourself mentally.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you ever just like knock back like a cocktail or two? You're just like before you do like a movie or a scene, I mean?
Oh no.
No?
No, I don't do that. Well, first we shoot in the morning and also you can't be intoxicated
Okay.
before you shoot. Yeah. They ask you, are you intoxicated? Have you done drugs or high or whatever that
Yeah.
stuff?
Are you high?
Yeah.
Are you high right now?
Yeah, so no, no. Yeah, I think the only juicy thing for me is like, I love men, I love women, I'm bisexual.
Okay.
Yeah, I love trans, I love everything. It's
You love
fun for me.
everything.
Yeah. I'm-
I did not know. I did not that.
yes,
I didn't know
yeah.
that about you. Just
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Yes,
I
yeah.
find out on my show. Okay. But wow, you know what I notice about you, Angela, is that you have a lot of love for everybody and you're very
Oh.
selfless and you are very strong. You're a very strong woman. There's things you're handling that I cannot do. Like, I mean, that's me though, right? And it really takes a strong person to forgive and
Mm.
to just go with the flow and be like, hey, accept things.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna say it's not an easy road that I've
Right.
gone through.
That's why I
I
say you're
do, yeah.
strong.
I mean, I still cry and have days of, a heartache. But I say my strength, I give it, my strength is from the Lord because
Yeah.
there's
To get
no
you
way. Yeah, I cannot do this
keep
on
you
my own.
going.
Yeah.
Because he is, you know what? I do this Bible chat and it's an app on my phone. And right
Ah.
now, so it asked me last week, "What are your struggles? What are you struggling with?"
Mm.
I'm struggling with tiredness and
Mhm.
weariness,
Ah.
and where now they're giving me Bible verses about
Oh,
God being your strength, and I love that you mentioned
wow.
that because I
Yes.
without God, I don't know where I'd be right now. He
Mm.
is my coffee.
Yes,
He is my
yes.
coffee. He is the coffee to my
Yes.
heart.
Yes.
And I get what you're saying. Like you have to turn to him for strength because where
Yeah.
else are you going to find it?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's true strength
Absolutely.
right there. I really
Oh.
love that. And I was going to talk about something else with you. Oh my gosh, oh, okay. Another thing, another strength of yours, which I feel is like so awesome. I feel like this is what kind of keeps you going too is comedy,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah.
You got to have a good laugh.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're doing stand up now.
Yes, I am. I'm actually doing I'm here also for tomorrow. I have a show tomorrow at the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
No way. Can I
Yes,
go?
yeah, please do.
I'm going.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing like a judging and then doing like a 7-minute set, which is super exciting.
No way.
Yes, yeah.
No. Can you
So,
do a stand up in my restaurant?
yeah, I
A
could do
set?
that. Yeah, I could do a set.
I'm trying to turn my restaurant into a comedy club.
Oh, okay.
Eventually.
Yeah,
Eventually.
yeah,
So I would love to
absolutely.
have you on.
Yeah, that would
Wait,
be
wait, give
great.
me a quick, not a set, not a whole set. Give
Uh,
me a quick funny thing. I don't know. Just tell me
oh,
something.
oh man.
Like your go-to or whatever
Yes,
that
yeah.
hits all the right marks for the audience.
Yeah, my sets are actually I'm a storyteller. So like one set
Okay.
is like 7 minutes. So I look up to Enrique Iglesias,
Uh-huh.
which is Fluffy. So he's a storyteller. But oh man.
Give me like a quick one.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's
you
see.
know what? I heard one recently. You got to say
Yes.
it again, right? You got to tell everyone. No, that's funny. You got to tell the listeners when you said there's this one grandma, she came during visitation hours at the prison and
Yeah.
she subscribed to your what was
Oh, yeah,
it?
yeah,
She subscribed to your content? What was that?
yeah. Yeah, I guess well, oh my gosh, I've had so many funny stories that this grandma went up to Stephen and he said or he didn't go up to Stephen, he went up to the other inmate that he was visiting and said, "Hey, that girl looks so familiar." And the inmate went up to Stephen or went to Stephen and said, "Hey, my grandma says that your inmate looks or your wife looks familiar." And he goes, "Oh, well, she's a porn star." And then the grandma's like, "Oh my God, yeah, that's right. My husband and I subscribe to uh, your adult site, and we even purchased a custom video." And I was like, "Well, I'm so glad. Thank you for your service."
During the prison visitation. That's
Yeah.
insane. What were you like? Were you like, ma'am?
For me, I just laugh. I'm pretty easygoing.
What else could you do, right? That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
That is a wild story. And you're adding that to your set, right?
Um,
You got to. That's a golden one right there. That's freaking interesting.
yeah, so a lot of my set that I tell is actually true stuff.
Yeah, that's what I like
Yes,
about it.
yeah, yeah. So I've had crazy things. They say you can either see therapy or you can become a stand-up comedian because all comedians have stuff. And I said, you know
Yeah.
what, let me try doing stand-up. And so I release my trauma. I release a lot of stuff that I go through and I just do it into comedy. I turn my
It's a
pain
good outlet.
into joy.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I like that it's cathartic for you, comedy.
Yes, thank you.
Because you know what? It's its own entity, comedy, and I
Yes.
love that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, that's my go-to also. Like when I feel like crap,
Oh,
I put on a
yes.
good stand-up show or something. You know what I mean? I love Theo Vaughn. Gosh, I love freaking Theo. He's
Oh.
so I have low-key crush on him too, by the way. So I
Oh,
don't know if he'll
okay,
ever see
okay.
this. But no, who else do I like? I like who are your faves?
I look up to, first of all, Enrique Fluffy, and then I love Matt Rife. I love Nikki Glazier.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh, she
yeah,
killed it, the Tom Brady roast.
yeah, yeah. She
Man,
was so good.
she was on fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know
I
him?
haven't heard him yet.
Okay, you got to look up his
Yeah.
stuff. He's
Okay.
pretty good. He is a little more dry humor,
Oh, okay.
but he's like Matt Rife without the
Oh.
charm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
definitely that's cool. Wow, okay, yeah. So let everyone know where they can find. Oh, wait,
Yes.
hold on. First, I want to say, Angela, thank you.
Yeah.
for being on the
Oh.
show.
Well, thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
It's long
Yes.
overdue. I really wanted you to be
Oh.
on a podcast of some sort of mine, and I'm just so happy. And I'm
Oh.
honored that you took your time to come here and, talk about your story and, give us a glimpse of your everyday life in a way. Thank you. I'm honored.
Yes, and I am so grateful to be here. You're such an amazing entrepreneur,
Thank you.
amazing mother. I
Thank
mean,
you.
many women look up to you.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you. Thank you so much. I
yes,
love you,
absolutely.
Angela.
Let's
I
love
love
you
you. Thank you for
too.
opening up and just being vulnerable. I love you for that. And let everyone know where they can find
Yes.
you.
So please opt in. I'm coming out with a memoir, a comedic memoir about my crazy life from pastor to porn star to stand-up
Mm.
comedian. It's coming out soon, so be the first to find out. And my podcast will be released hopefully next year. Opt into ChristyVIP.com, and that's ChristyVIP.com.
There you have it, folks. All right. Tune in. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Stay tuned.